Fala aí galera, aqui quem fala é Palapão Gamer. Estamos de volta aqui com mais um episódio de The Stanley Parable. Então, vamos lá. O negócio tá ficando louco, né? Com os finais malucão. Ficando louco, finais maluco. Bom, mas vamos lá, vai. Vamos continuar aqui. Pra quem não viu os outros episódios, é só acessar a playlist aí no canal. Tá, vamos lá. Nunca tá aberto essas portas aqui, né? Ué? Agora não tem porta?
It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Ih, rapaz. Porque a gente vai voltar pro início. E ó, tem uma sala quebrada aqui, ó. Ih! Username e access. É que não dá pra ler muito bem não, ó. Desliguei.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes.
Ué, mas aqui não é o começo.
No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Tá. Ih! Outra sala. Ih, que sala é essa, velho?
Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stan?
Não lembro.
Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay?
Não tem saída?
I'm getting weirded out.
Lá vamos nós de novo.
I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Tinha uma porta aqui. Vamos lá. Ih!
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable adventure line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Foi pra seguir a linha. Às vezes a gente pode seguir ou não, né? Ó. A linha manda a gente por aqui. Vamos fazer o seguinte. Não vamos seguir a linha agora. Só pra ver o que acontece.
No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
Ah, não vai fechar? Tá, então o jeito vai ser seguir a linha mesmo. Ó. Jogando paciência ali, ó.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there?
E agora?
Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story?
Bom, vou desviar da linha.
Forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured
não
into
dá.
being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right?
Ih?
Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests
Ih,
inside
o bagulho
of
dá
your
volta.
subjective experience of this office, is this office in fact the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I
Aqui
was
parece
going
aquela
with all
escada do
that.
começo, ó.
You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Ih, que música bizarra. Ixi, velho. Ó, tô passando reto aqui, ó. Não tô seguindo a linha, não. Que bizarro. Essa música não acaba. Vamos lá. É, não tem jeito. Vai ter que seguir a linha de um modo ou outro, né? Ao que parece.
Cut the music, go back and look at that fern. Stanley,
Isso?
this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Tá, pronto. Já vi. Ainda bem que parece essa música estranha. Ih,
Wait, what? We're back at the office?
é.
No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Que bizarro. Pera. Aqui nunca tá aberto. Se eu voltar pra onde aqui é de onde eu tava, deixa eu ver. Aqui é o escritório, tá? Beleza. Agora abriu aqui essa porta. Não abre. Não abre. Não abre. Bom, as portas eu tô just checando, elas não... Ih, caramba, de novo saímos aqui?
Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore, to hell with it.
De novo vai
Restart.
reiniciar. Ai. A linha de novo, mano. Vamos ver.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people,
Ih,
right?
fechou.
Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Tá. Vamos lá, então.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path.
Tem
a new
nada
story.
aqui,
Well,
tio.
it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Bom, não tem nada. Nem quadro não tem.
Oh,
Opa.
no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Bom, vamos indo, né? Ih, a linha vai aqui pra cima. Linha tá doido. Ixi.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere. which means that somewhere at the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Ué? Ah, ele só abriu a porta da direita? Tá bom. Ih? Fim confuso?
The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined?
Caramba,
So now,
8
according to
vezes?
the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this...
You've been
this
playing the
thing.
confusion engine for 16 years.
Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really... No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know?
Ah, isso aqui é o final que nós fizemos agora, ó.
Something happened? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually.
Não sei.
In the meantime, if you do happen to have a...
Ui, reiniciou do nada. Aí, voltamos de novo na sala. Vamos ver o que acontece agora.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Tá, mesmo texto e tal. A porta aberta ali, ó. Acho que aqui é da parte da linha, né? Ih! Aguardando input. Input receive. Bom, vamos continuar aqui. Tá.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Vamos para a direita.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Ó a linha lá, ó a linha amarela ali, ó. Tá, saímos aqui de novo.
Yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Só que dessa vez a gente vai, ó, a gente não vai descer ali, a gente vai reto aqui. Porque se a gente for reto ali, a gente vai sair na sala de reunião e vai dar na mesma. Vamos lá, vamos ver o que acontece.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong...
Será que eu caio aqui?
I'm not your
Vamos ver.
Really, I'm not. I really... But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the
E
story
não é que eu
and
caio?
no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Bom, vamos lá.
A soft wind blew outside and perhaps rain started, and if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather.
Bom, a gente foi pra direita e pulou do negócio, né? Não deixa de ser um final. Que a gente morreu de novo, né? Vamos lá.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Nope.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Olha, tem uma
Look,
porta
Stanley,
ali, ó.
I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
Mas onde que...
I'm not
Onde...
sure.
Ué, onde isso aqui vai me levar?
I realize that investing your trust in
Ah,
someone
ele tá
else can be
subindo. Vai...
difficult,
Ah,
but
vai
the
levar
fact
ali em
is that the
cima, ó.
story has been about
E tem uma
nothing
porta aqui
but
embaixo.
you all this time.
Então primeiro eu vou aqui, depois
There's
eu
someone
vou
you've
nessa
been
porta aqui.
neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've
Vamos ver.
forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Uma porta aqui.
This is it, Stanley.
Não
Your
abre.
chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to
Ih,
do
tem um
this,
telefone.
to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick
Será que
up
dá
the
pra puxar isso
phone.
aqui?
As
E não é
Stanley
que
picked
dá?
up the phone, a white light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope.
E
Hope for a
desligou o
life
telefone.
united one... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone?
Sim.
No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that?
Ué, só puxei da tomada.
Chose incorrectly. I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check.
Como não sabia que será possível?
It's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner?
Você é burro, né, narrador?
Stanley, you're a real person.
É, exatamente. Sou uma pessoa de verdade.
This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part
no.
of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice. He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all
Que viagem,
likelihood,
mano.
that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
Acabou? Prática.
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should
Caramba.
subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Ah, welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Tá bom, tio. Vamos lá. Ih, fechou aqui, ó. Colocou um bagulhinho aqui. Como é que eu vou pra lá agora?
We can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Ué, como que eu... Será que vai ficar pra sempre assim? Vamos voltar aqui. Voltando.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
Vamos aproveitar, vamos pra esquerda de novo. A gente não foi pra...
Remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would.
A gente não foi naquela porta direita, lembra?
Putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Beleza. Pra cá. Vamos lá naquela porta lá, gente. Eu acabei esquecendo de ir.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Fechado. Ih, agora não tem como descer, ó. Ah, ele coisou os caminhos que eu fiz errado, que ele acha que eu fiz errado. Ele tirou. Vamos ver pra cá, ó. Será que ele fechou aqui também? Ih, ele fechou aqui. Ih!
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Mas essa sala é diferente.
Unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Nightshark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath.
15 código, né? Please speak. Como que eu vou falar?
Stanley spoke the code. Nightshark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
Mas não dá pra falar.
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
Não dá pra falar, tio. Oh.
Okay, fine. You're not gonna do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward.
Ficou nervoso.
Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door.
Será que vai ao mesmo lugar agora? Vamos lá, vamos ver se vai para a mesma sala. Quero ver se vai para a mesma sala.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Que bizarro. Vamos lá, de novo. Vamos ver se ele tá proibindo eu ir para a esquerda. Que estranho.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, behave exactly as Stanley would.
Tá, então vou para a direita.
Always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Tá, esse aqui não tá deixando eu ir para a esquerda.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Tá, então vamos para a esquerda agora. Vamos ver se vai deixar agora. Tô indo. Você vai deixar eu ir para frente? Ih, destruiu.
I can't believe after everything we talked about that you... My story. You've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that?
Eu não destruí nada.
What did you think was so special about seeing
Você
the
que
game
destruiu
undone?
tudo aqui, ó.
Here like so much garbage. It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever. Reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I...
Vai, reinicia logo aí, ô besta.
I have to shut the game down. I have to.
Desligar o jogo? Não é reiniciar? Ixi, desligou mesmo. Ficou tudo preto. Ih, caceta.
I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You. Who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine.
Ih, ele destruiu o jogo.
What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child. Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the
Mas eu fui para a esquerda.
There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Ih, caramba, eu tô em cima do teto, tô vendo eu.
Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice.
Ih,
I need you to walk through.
como assim The End?
Are you listening to me?
Ih,
Can you hear me?
acabou?
Is everything all right?
Mas não falaram que tem 1 milhão de finais?
This is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong.
Eu não entendi. Falaram que tem monte de final,
Please choose.
Ou será que é pegadinha? Bom, pode ser que seja pegadinha. Vamos esperar aqui, né?
I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me?
Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
E agora? Loading. Voltamos para o início. Bom, parece que tá tudo como de normal.
Wait, Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming in? How is that possible? They never stopped.
E a porta não
Surely I was
fechou.
mistaken.
A porta não fechou. Ué, as portas não estão mais fechando? Olha, as portas não estão mais fechando. E já...
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Vamos entrar para a esquerda para ver o que acontece, vai. Vamos ver se agora ele... se voltou pro começo mesmo.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief,
Ó, tá trancado ainda, ó.
to go up to his boss's office.
Ó, agora tem a descida.
To a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Eu quero entrar naquela sala que eu esqueci. Ó, tá aberta. Isso significa que essa sala tá aberta também. Ó, aqui que eu não entrei, ó. Ih. Banda. Ó, elevador. Vamos lá. Vamos ver o que tem aqui. Música de elevador. Claro, né? Ih, falou Stanley? Ué? Ué? Mas não tava descendo? E se eu colocar subindo? Não chega em lugar nenhum. Bom, não tá parando. Ué? Não vai pra lugar nenhum, mano. Essa sala não tem nada no final das contas. Ó, se entrar aí, eu vou ter que dar tudo a volta. Será que dá pra voltar?
Não!
Bom, eu tive que cortar, né? Porque a gente acabou caindo no mesmo lugar. Agora a porta fechou.
What did it look like? There was a computer, perhaps, and a painting. Was it a painting or a photo? He could no longer recall.
Vamos lá. Agora a gente vai pra direita.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting.
Cala a boca.
And Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley, for the first but eager to get back to
Falta a
business,
gente ir pro lado
Stanley took
direito
the
lá.
first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions.
Ah, agora tá sem o cercado. Ó. Tinha que começar de novo. Acho que a gente vai ter que cair ali, né? Como que a gente vai pra lá? Não tem outro jeito. Vamos ver. Quando passar ali em cima eu tento pular. Aê! Cala a boca. É, tenho.
I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Tá.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Eu vou pela azul mesmo.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Deixa eu ir pela azul, rapaz.
I still don't think we're communicating properly.
E a azul aqui,
Stanley
ó.
walked through the red door.
Eu vou pela azul, rapaz.
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place.
Ih, rapaz.
Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. The third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Não quero. Ele quer que eu vou por essa, eu não quero não. Eu vou pela direita de novo. Ih!
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
Tá, eu gosto de mais escolhas.
Aha! You see, I knew I was onto something. Where do these flashes of inspiration come from? How did I know the game needed a third door? Well, it's instinct mostly, a calling in your gut. I really couldn't say where the idea came from, except that I felt it in my soul. You can't teach that, Stanley. Don't even try. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
E The Stanley Parable Worldwide Leaderboard. Ih, como assim? 2 segundos? Caramba, eu tô na posição 9.328. Doors open. Eu não tinha entendido não. Ó, aqui ficou laranja agora. E se você for pra esquerda aqui, que ele já, agora que ele abriu pra... Ih, sai na laranja também.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, Honest answers, please.
Tá, agora eu vou totalmente ao contrário. Eu vou colocar no 1. Só pra ver.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
Outro jogo?
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Que bizarro. Nossa, velho. Que bizarro. Não acontece nada. Deixa eu beber metade no fogo, vai. Mais um pouquinho.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter,
Fica quieto, narrador.
I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
E aí?
Well, Stanley,
E a
is this
gente...
any better?
Minecraft?
At last, the one thing you've always desired. A game I had absolutely nothing to do with. But is it enough? Tell me that, Stanley. Will it ever be enough?
Minecraft,
Well, I'll say
velho.
this. I'm done making things for you. From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose. Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to build a house. This will go here, no, here, and then...
Ah, não é possível.
Let's see, what does it need? Yes, of course, and just to finish it all off, yes, it's complete. I made this, Stanley. Look at it. Gaze upon my work of art and feel ashamed at your own inadequacy. But you've only seen it from the outside. You've only gotten half the experience. Please, step inside and make yourself comfortable.
E se eu não quiser entrar? Não quero entrar nessa casa michuruca aí. Eu quero explorar o resto aqui. Deixa eu explorar o resto aqui. Não dá pra fazer nada? Eu vou ter que entrar mesmo? É, vou ter que entrar. Ô, entra aí, tio. Não entra.
Isn't it grand? Isn't it perfect? It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond. Diamond everything. Yes. Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining.
Ué, vai queimar a casa? Fechou. Será que abre de novo? Não. Como assim queimar? Ih, tem um buraco aqui.
Oh my, it looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light?
É, não pula, ó. Só dá pra ir descendo só.
Oh, no. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one. Okay, new game.
Ih! Mudou de jogo agora. Cara doido esse narrador, mano. Ah, não. Portal,
Yes! I
velho.
don't even know what this game is, but I love it. You, trapped in a glass box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out. Okay, now I'm curious. Let's go find out.
Portal, velho. Putz, portal. Aí sim, hein? Vamos brincar de portal, então.
Oh, it's a puzzle. Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte.
Ah, meu filho, eu manjo de portal aqui, ó. Opa.
Genius.
Vamos lá.
No, actually, you know what? I think that's plenty.
Ah,
I really
pilantra.
don't care much to see you stumble through any more of these games.
Cai aqui, então. Ih! Olha, aquele lugar... Nossa, beta. Trabalho em progresso. Ah, que legal, ó. Se eu cair aqui? Ixi, velho. Macabro, hein? Podia ter uma luzinha aqui também escura, hein? A porta não abre. Opa. Uma luz ao fim do corredor. Ih! Uma sala. Outra sala do outro lado. Tem nada. Oh, tá de brincadeira, né? Beleza, vamos voltar então. Ué? Saiu
I
sozinho.
wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice. And if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Ué? Voltamos pra sala, hein? Então o que acontece? Falta uma escolha lá pra direita. A gente pode ir pra direita e escolher a porta na hora que ele coloca a seta lá, né? Na terceira opção, a porta azul e vermelha. Vamos tentar fazer isso. Pra ver se muda.
Stanley knew the office
Pra ver se muda alguma coisa. Tá, agora eu vou.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley?
Tá, vai, me leva pra algum lugar aí.
We would both be so much happier if we just...
Eu tô dando voltinha no mesmo lugar.
And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Ih, abriu duas portas. Ah, vamos por aqui, não sei qual que eu vou aonde. Ué, que é isso?
What are we looking for?
Ih!
Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just
Que isso,
stay
velho?
here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy.
Ó, não,
I actually feel happy.
eu não caio, ó. Que viagem, mano. Ah, não acontece nada. Se eu voltar pela porta? Ó. Parecendo fundo de tela antigo do Windows.
No, wait. Where are you going?
Oh,
no.
olha, tem uma
Stay away from
escadaria.
those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all
Tá,
of this.
vou voltar lá. Vamos ver se agora dá alguma coisa.
Good. We can't be too safe. Promise me you won't go back.
Prometo
there.
não.
Just stay here.
Vamos ver se faz mais alguma coisa. Mano, não faz nada. Acontece nada. Vou esperar mudar esse verde aí, ó. Se não fizer nada, eu volto lá. Ó, as estrelas se mexendo e tal. E o verde, deixa eu ver, o verde tá dissipando. Acho que agora o verde tá dissipando. Vamos ver o que vem depois do verde. Se vem alguma coisa. Ficou tudo preto, sem estrelas. Ih, agora ficou rosa. E laranja. Ah, se lascar.
No. What do we talk about? You're risking everything we achieved here.
Ah, eu quero subir
You heard me
aqui.
before, didn't you? You will die. What about this isn't getting through to you?
Eu vou morrer como?
Please, no, Stanley, let
Porta.
me stay here. Don't take this from me.
Ih. Ah, entendi porque eu vou morrer. Bom, não tem outra solução. Ali não faz nada? Então vamos lá.
No! Oh, thank God you lived. You had me worried there for a moment. Now, can we please get back to
Tá,
the
vamos
other
voltar.
room?
Vamos ver se acontece alguma coisa agora. Ainda tá rosa.
There. See? This is what you want. This is where we can both be happy. We really can. If we stop moving, we just have to stop moving.
Olha lá, vamos ver, vamos lá. Vai trocar o rosa, vamos ver se vai acontecer alguma coisa. Pô, se ficar só nessas bagacinhas aí, não... Ah, voltou a ficar como se fosse o universo. Ah, voltou tudo de novo. Esse narrador é chato.
Stanley, go back. There's nothing good that can come from this.
Vou jogar de novo, pular de novo lá.
No, what do you just not believe me? What can I say to convince you?
Me dá uma porta aí pra eu passar, pô. Uou!
Stanley?
Ih, não morri?
Let's go back to the other room.
Não, não vou. Vou
Can you do that
pular
for
de
me?
novo, não morri?
My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to get
Sim,
rid of
sim,
it? You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy.
sim.
Am I reading the situation correctly?
Ah, não vai,
Maybe you're
mano.
just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get
Mas a gente
along.
se dá bem, só que você só
I
quer.
guess that was too much to ask.
Só quer que eu fique nos bagulhos seus?
Looks like you wanted to make a choice after all.
Vamos lá.
Well, this one is yours.
Até dá certo. Ih, agora foi.
It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
Ih. Voltou em outra sala, ó.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Ah, é. Essa sala aqui.
When Stanley came to a set of two open, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop
mas
by
não
the
tem mais
employee
nada pra
lounge
fazer.
first, just to admire it. The lounge was grand, majestic, perhaps too, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Bom, não tem mais nada pra fazer.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't
Ali em cima eu já
5
fui,
years
ali eu já fui. Já explorei as opções. Eu acho que acabou, né? Quer dizer, pelo menos as que eu conheço. Então, peraí, eu vou me matar aqui. Ué!
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley
Bom,
left
galera,
the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Bom, então é isso daí. Eu joguei, quer dizer, eu tentei fazer todas as possibilidades que eu consegui. Espero que vocês tenham gostado dessa série de The Stanley Parable. Se tiver mais finais, eu não sei como faz, né? Mas eu trouxe esses vídeos para vocês verem, ter uma amostra de como que é o jogo. Então, espero que vocês tenham gostado dessa série. Não se esqueçam de deixar seu like, de compartilhar, inscreva-se se não for inscrito e ative o sininho para mais novidades.